Today, I would like to address an issue that undermines nearly every esports project. This problem is your team not being able to perform when it matters the most. During high stakes games, they tend to choke, they tend to not follow the basics, they tend to do things on their own. There's no communication, they barely speak to each other. Well, you understand that you're not going to win anything with this. To introduce this problem, I'll have you listen to a message that a former client sent me. And this client was an investor, is still an investor in esports. Have a listen.
I truly don't understand how my team can't perform during high stakes games. They are supposed to be professionals. I'm paying them good money. They play good most of their games until they face a real opponent. I tried everything with them: one on ones, more day offs, more training, more game reviews, less game reviews. I'm stuck.
From this description, you understand that this guy tried everything by the book. Yeah, like you go in every tier 1 and tier 2 teams, it's always the same thing. They try to do more one-on-ones. They try to do more game reviews, less game reviews, give more day offs, give higher pay when they're very lucky. Sometimes they'll just try a few things, but just randomly, and nothing will work. Why? Because it's a problem that is very common in esports. People tend to confuse the problems with the symptoms. As Corey says a lot in her video, if you believe that your actual problem is the things you see, the problems you see on the surface, you're fucked. Why are you fucked? Because you will try to fix something that is just barely a symptom and not the root cause of your issue. For instance, a few examples of symptoms that tend to derail people, that tend to derail very higher teams, and that make them waste their time and money. People will say something like, my players are not motivated. Therefore, I will try to motivate them. I will try to make something new in my scrims. I'll try to make something better in my scrims or whatever. The problem with this approach is you believe that the problem is a lack of motivation. The problem is not the lack of motivation. For instance, one of the problems could be, well, your players believe that the activity you propose them is a waste of time. If it's a waste of time, they will not be motivated. If they were motivated as it's a waste of time, I would be worried for you. Here are a few examples of what could kill your motivation as a player. For instance, you're screaming a team, and this team has a skill level that is so lower than you. What will a player tell you? Man, it's a waste of time. They're never punishing me. I'm making mistakes here and there, and they do nothing against it. For me, I'm just wasting my time. Please don't scream them again. Thing is, your team doesn't have the luxury to always scream good teams. Everyone wants the good teams, so sometimes you'll have bad teams along the way. And if you want your players to stop being unmotivated by this, you need to give them purpose when they're screaming against bad teams. Another symptoms. Oh, my players tend to choke. I would like you to fix it. The problem is not that they're choking. This is the symptom. The root cause of a problem is when they're playing high-stakes games, their mind is filled with uncontrollable objectives. Oh, I mustn't miss my duel. Oh, I mustn't miss my flash. I mustn't do any mistakes. I must find a way to win no matter what. Problem with all the objectives I just listed, they're out of your control. And if you focus on things that are out of your control, your brain just amplifies what you focus on. You focus on things that are out of your control, you will believe that the whole world is out of your control. Therefore, you will choke. Because when you choke, you're just overwhelmed by your thoughts, by what you need to do, and you can't focus anymore. Players give up when their opponents are trolling. This is a common symptom even in higher tier 1 teams. So they see their opponents that are doing random shit, and they're like, it's a waste of time. I'm just gonna do random shit as well. What is the root cause of the issue here? The root cause of your issue is you have players that deeply believe that in order for their scrims to be useful, they need to have opponents that take this seriously. We are in esports. In esports, most of the players are very young, they have no work ethic, and sometimes they'll just throw away scrims like it's free. Therefore, if you keep this necessity that your opponent must take it seriously every time for you to do your job, you are fucked. If you had a real job, a real, normal job. Oh, it's raining today. I still go to work. Oh, it's sunny today. I still go to work. Oh, I'm tired today. I still go to work. Nothing is a good excuse for you to fuck things up. So how do you fix this issue, this symptom? You identify the real problem. The real problem is I have players, once again, who believe that they deeply need their opponents to be serious, to be high level, for it to be useful. And what will I replace this with? Whatever happens, your job is not to face good opponents. Your job is to mow down everything that is in front of you. Your job is to have your play so crispy that your team play is amazing. Your job is to learn to do your fucking thing, whether it rains or not, whether it's difficult or not, whether you feel like it or not. Because if you don't do it, if you just do your job when your opponent is good, nobody is trolling, the network is fine, the ranked system is great, the streams you have are good qualities, the objectives you have are good qualities, everyone is communicating, you have so many conditions for you to succeed. But if you don't have them all, you will choke. And this is exactly what happens during these high-stakes games. Your players did 1,000 times, they threw their screams away 1,000 times because their opponents were not serious, they were trolling, they were not focused, they paused the game every time. What does their brain learn every time they throw this shit? Their brain is like, okay, if you do not have exactly what you want, you will just mess it up. So when they arrive on the high stakes games, they're stressed. Oh, I didn't have that. I don't want to be stressed. Let's choke. Oh, my opponents, they're like weird. They don't play the real game. They don't follow the rules. They're like too aggressive. They don't respect the rules. I don't have what I want. What I will do, I will choke. Oh, my teammates, they don't communicate as much. I will choke. Oh, my teammates, they don't fight as much. They have no fighting spirit. I will choke. And this is how you break the spirit of any team. You do not treat the problems. You waste your time treating the symptoms that leads you nowhere. Your teams start throwing away more and more screams. They start tilting for various reasons, but also futile reasons. And when you come to the real game, to the tournament, you choke. And you know what is the worst excuse you will hear from players? Oh, guys, we fucked all our screams, like we threw them away, but don't worry. If it's the real game, if it's an official game, I will not do this. And you know what happens during official games? They throw it away anyway. Why? Because it was never the decisions to begin with. The brain only do what you train him to do. And if every time you were in scrims and you didn't have what you wanted, you start throwing away the game, this is exactly what you will do in official matches. Your brain does not care whether it's a scrim or if it's an official match. This mechanic, that your brain not caring, is actually what allows human beings to learn from playing, and then when they actually do the stuff, they can still do it. So people fully understand that the best way to learn something is by playing. They know that the skills you develop while you're playing will transfer to the real case. And it's the same thing when you have a scrim and an official match. So you're in a scrim and you start throwing away stuff, you start tilting for random shit. This is exactly what you will do in official matches. So if you are in a team right now and a player justifies his, let's say, lack of work ethic but it's just scrim, I don't care. You need to kill this shit right away. Because if one player does it, the others will do it as well. Then you will have to dig so much shit, so much actual problems to fix the symptom that is we're choking. Other examples of symptoms. Players give up when their opponents are trolling or they're pausing the game every time. Even in Tier 1, I see this shit. Oh, we threw it away because they paused the game every time and they didn't give us any explanation. And I'm like, why should I care? Why should I care if they pause the game 3 times or 5 times or 50 times? I'm here to become a champion. I'm here to become better. Why would I let something so meaningless derail me from my actual job? Players are tilting when losing. This one is my favorite. The players, when it's tough, when they're losing, they give up. You're in training. Training is supposed to be difficult. If you let your players give up when it's difficult, what does their brain reinforce? Oh, when it's too much for me, I will just give up. What happens during official matches? If opponents are good, your team will just give up. So this is just a symptom. Your players losing and tilting and just giving up. What is the actual problem? The actual problem is they still believe that losing is a bad thing in esports. Losing is never a bad thing in esports. Many of the players you see right now in esports that have a successful career, they had to lose before winning so much. Everybody loses in esports. In every fucking tournament you will play, one winner, 15 losers. Therefore, in esports, we produce way more losers than winners. Therefore, in a world where losing is normal, losing is not a bad thing. So you see the problem here is in the player's mind, losing is bad. And when you try to tell them, guys, stop tilting, guys, stop giving up, guys, keep fighting, you never worked on the actual problem, which is your players still believe that losing is bad. It's bad for their career. It's bad for their mental health. It's bad for the perceived value they have in the community. All of this is wrong, and you need to explain it to them. So how to get out of this issue? How to, let's say, stop the choking part by actually working on the problems and not on the symptoms. First, stop using random solutions. Like, I know you're, let's say, you're terrified, you're panicking, and you're like, I need to do something to fix it. And you will just start doing random shit. More one-on-ones, more day offs, less day offs, more game reviews, less game reviews, more training, less training. And then when something works by a miracle, you're like, oh, I think I found it. No, you didn't. Because if you keep using the same solutions you find in any textbook in this industry, you'll have the same results, which is a team that is choking again. Instead of doing this shit, I advise you to follow this simple protocol that I call grow up. First step, goal. Set your goals. Remind the goals of your players. Ask your players, guys, what is your real ambition? Most of them will tell you something like, I want to be a pro. I want to be a champion. All right? Please list me the qualities of the champion you'll be in the future. I'll be resilient. I'll be persistent. I'll have a great work ethic. I'll be so creative. Like every time there's a problem, I'll have like 16 solutions in my mind, ready to go. And then ask them something like, if you had to do this, if you had to develop all these qualities, this creativity, for instance, what could you do? What should you do in the present so that in the future, you'll be creative? Oh, every time it's difficult, I should think about solutions and try them. And if it doesn't work, I should understand where it doesn't work, why it doesn't work, and do it again. Find something else. Yeah, exactly. So should you give up every time it's hard? No, that would be stupid. Exactly. Why is this first step in the first step? And it's very important because if you do not know your destination, if you do not know your goal, how can you tell me if fighting or giving up is the right way to go? How can you tell me that giving up is acceptable if you do not even know, if you don't even remind yourself where you want to go? If you do not remind players of their goal, this is what they will tell you when they give up. I gave up during the scrims because the opponents we had were so garbage. For me, it's a waste of time. If I do not remember what my actual goal is, it's normal for me to choose the path of least resistance. It's easier for me, it's mandatory for me to choose the easy way out. But if I remind myself of my goal, oh, I want to be resilient. I want to be able to fight even when it's fucked up. I see my whole team being like distracted. They're not focused. What should I do if I want to improve my resilience? I still do my fucking job. My opponents are garbage. I still do my fucking job. I'm sick today. I still do my fucking job. And do you know what happens when every fucking day you do your fucking job no matter what? Yes, you'll be resilient. Yes, you'll be disciplined. Yes, you will have a great work ethic. Second step, very important one, reframe. Reframe is you need to change the way people see the obstacles they're facing. All my opponents were pausing the game every time. This is a lack of respect. All right. If I keep this way of seeing it, how do I feel? I feel tilted. I feel disrespected. I'm angry. I don't give a shit anymore about the screams, and I will run it down just to make them waste their time as they're wasting my time. What did I win from that? Fucking shit. What should I do? Think about my goal. Okay, I want to be a champion. I want to have a work ethic, but it's crazy. My opponents are pausing the game every fucking time and they're not providing any explanation whatsoever. How should I react if I want to develop my work ethic? I should remain focused. I should understand that I do not control whether they're pausing the game or not, and I should just not give a fuck. Why? Because this problem of this team pausing the game every time, in 2 days max, I will forget about it. And I refuse to let something I will forget derail me from actually reaching my goal. How should I frame it so that it's natural for me to fight? I'm happy that they're pausing the game every time. I'm fucking happy for it. Why? Because I will learn to stop giving a fuck about things that don't matter at all. I will stop wasting my time, wasting my energy, wasting my cognition on people that are not even worth it. And this is great for me. Now, every time someone pauses the game, I'll be like, fine, free training. Keep it up. Do it more. Pause the game 50 times. You will be like distracted, and I will not, and I will fucking mow you down. I refuse to waste my time because you're garbage. I refuse to throw away my career because I'm facing people that have no work ethic. This is not my problem. Reframe. Change the way you see things so you can see opportunities when all the others are just seeing garbage. O for overcome. Once you told yourself that nice story of, oh, I love it when people pause the game, I will be able to learn to develop my resilience, my work ethic, then you need to actually do it. The big problem with esports, it's an intellectual game. When you're playing physical sports, a lot of it is about the body, so you actually do the stuff. But in esports, it's very easy to fall in the trap that, oh, I understood the concept, then I'm just cured. I will not face the issue anymore. This is wrong. The only way for you to actually learn something is to do it, to really do it. So overcome is all about execution. You know that you shouldn't care about someone pausing the game and not telling you anything. Actually do it. Stop whining about it. Stop sighing about it. Stop complaining about it. See it as an opportunity for you to be better. Be happy. Be focused. Remind everyone in your team, hey guys, these guys were clowns. Let's train on them. Let's use these bitches. Actually do it. Overcome. W is wire. What does wire mean? It means wire your brain or rewire your brain. Why do the players in esports tend to give up when the opponents are not good, when the scrims is not good or whatever? Because they did this so many times in their career, they made it a habit. They wired their brain to think like bitches. They wired their brain to think like cowards, to think like people who never faced hardship in their life and that will give up the instant they don't exactly have what they want. So this step is about wiring all the new habits, all the new reframing, all the new stuff like reminding my goals every time I pick a decision. Do it so often that your brain is now wired like the brain of a champion. A champion never sees hardship in the present. He sees opportunities to build his future. This is what you want. U is upgrade. Every time you improve something, oh, I stopped tilting now when my teammates are not focused. Okay, this is good. But now you need to upgrade it. Instead of just stop tilting, how can you be more, let's say, enthusiast? How can you provide more energy to the team? How can you remind them of the actual goal? How can you make sure that they don't fall in this trap anymore? You keep upgrading the stuff after each iteration. P is for protect and persist. The problem with esports is people tend to do stuff for like 1 week, it's perfect, and then they just stop. It's like, oh, I fixed my problem. I don't need to do all of this anymore. You got it wrong. The reason why you did all of this before was to prevent you from falling in the traps that you know too well. Protect and persist is all about, what did we do last week, guys? but made it work so well. Let's do it again. Let's do it every time. Let's do it each time we go to an official game or during a practice. Persist is, man, we didn't have this issue before. Or last time it worked. I don't understand why it's not working anymore. I'm so tilted. If you persist, you're like, it doesn't work now. I don't understand fully why, but let's try some things and make it better. Persist is all about trying and trying again until it works. What do you gain from this? You understand how things really work, you fix your issues, and you start wiring your brain like a fucking champion. Thank you for your attention.